Someone's phone alarm on?
Yeah, could someone please?
Yeah, I think there's a phone on.
It's over here?
It's over here somewhere.
Are we being alarmed about
Thank
something? Oh. So welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Kauai. I'm Reverend Rita, that's Reverend Patrick over there. And this is Jeremy and Amy Brown, our musical directors. And we just welcome you here for a beautiful, beautiful celebration service. And I have a new mantra for us, because somebody came up to me today and said, I haven't heard I am hot so many times. So, in the science of mind and spirit, we believe that what we put after a word, I am, is like, it's just going to keep going, and Mother Nature's listening to us. So how about, have you noticed how it's been cooling down lately? Have you noticed how it's been cooling down lately, everybody? And so when someone says, I am hot, I go, but have you noticed how it's been cooling down lately? And they'll probably look at you like you're crazy, but eventually the universe has to say yes. Anyway, so aloha. So this is, what we'd like to do first is our announcements. So we have a wonderful person to do our announcements. She's the island reporter, and she reports for CSL Kauai also, and that is Michelle LeMay. Here she is.
Good morning, everyone. And no, I don't actually work for any publication online or on island, not yet. It's more like being the town crier. Just kind of know what's happening and what's going on. There are a few things happening this week with CSL, and then there are a few events that are taking place in the future that I'm going to share about. So the first one is coming up on Wednesday. Anna Myers, Princeville, always holds a living circles at her home, and what it is, it's a gathering to talk about the science of, an article out of the Science of Mind magazine. You don't even need to actually have the magazine, but if you want, there are copies out back in the bookstore, but they get together to just discuss and talk and have more of a social gathering, but a way to learn more about the philosophy. So if you are wanting to do that, she does have her email address on the back of your program. So if you want to get directions to her house and let her know that you want to come, that's again 3 o'clock on Wednesday. She does it once a month. And then on Friday, the Women in Consciousness, we're going to have our social, which is going to be a clothing and jewelry swap. We're going to do that Friday at 5 at Sun Village. So they have, it's at 4? Okay, it's at 4, thank you. It is at 4 at Sun Village. It is a potluck event, so you'll want to bring your potluck. You'll also want to bring anything you're ready to let go of, clothes, jewelry, accessories, shoes, anything like that. And we're actually going to do it in the rec room. So that is the public space that's kind of in the middle of the complex of Sun Village, which is behind Wilcox.
This Friday?
Yes, this Friday. Yep, this Friday. So for RSVP, you can talk to Deb Valentina, she was one of the greeters today. So you have a face to a name. But just to let her know how many people are coming. So that's this Friday at 4. And also right next to the rec room, there's a pool and a hot tub. So if anybody is wanting to participate in that activity, feel free to do so. And again, it's just for ladies, and it's just for us to have a social gathering to get to know each other outside of the services. In regards to the bookstore, I mentioned the Science of Mind magazines. There's lots of great books there. There's also pamphlets, there's audios. But now we have a brand new book that's going to be displayed out back from Petra, if you don't mind waving. And there, yay! It just came out. It's available on Amazon, but if you want to check out her new book, we do have it out back. And there are actually several authors that are here as a part of the community whose books are out in the bookstore too. So if you want to check it out and support them, you can feel free to do so. And then 2 future events that I want to talk about. You've heard many of us, if you've been coming for a little bit, you've heard many of us speaking about classes and participating in classes and different workshops. If you are new, this might be new news, but we do a lot other than just here on Sundays. So starting in the first week of October, if you are interested in really delving in to what the science of mind is, and you have seen the really thick book and it's kind of intimidating, don't let it intimidate you, because this class that's going to be starting is going to help you introduce yourselves into the philosophies and really put this into your daily life. It is the Science of Mind class. It is 10-week class? 10-week class. And there'll be more details about it, but if you are interested in learning more information, you have to register ahead of time for this class to make sure you get your spot, get your book, and then find out where it's going to be. So that's going to be the first week of October is when it's going to start. So if you are new, or if you've been here a while even, it doesn't matter how long you've been coming actually, and you want to incorporate this philosophy more into your life, classes are a really great way to do it. Going to the different workshops, going to the different social events. It's really a way to become a part of. And then the second one I want to mention is not until November, but it is a class that they have done before, and it's called Radical Forgiveness. And this will have a sign-up sheet out back along with the flyer. I know some of you have probably taken this when it was offered last year, and it is definitely life-changing when you think about radical forgiveness. That's a big leap of faith, and this workshop will definitely help you through that process. And it is you have to register ahead of time, and it sells out quickly. So if it is something that you're interested, definitely make sure you get your name on that list so you end up being, you have your spot. We are live streaming. Rob has been helping with that, so round of applause to Rob, because it is a big deal. We hope. We know that it's a big deal because there's a lot of members of CSL that are on the mainland, or when they travel, they can keep in touch with us. And it's also recorded. So if you're not able to watch us live, you can watch us later on. So please help spread the word through Facebook. There's always a post in regards to when it starts and then after when it's recorded. But also you can go right onto the website, which is cslkauai.org. And with membership, we have a new member that we're going to be welcoming in September. And if you are thinking about becoming a member, if you've been kind of on the fence and wanting to really commit to your spiritual growth, there are membership forms out back. There's going to be a board meeting coming up soon to approve the new members. And then there's going to be a new member Sunday coming up in September. And it's in correlation and ties in with our new goal of wanting 150 members by January for our sacred journey, which is definitely a goal that is attainable. So again, spread the word. If you are needing some questions answered, or you would like to speak to someone, you can speak to one of the other members, one of the board members, or of course Reverend Patrick and Reverend Rita. And I believe I have covered everything. So thank you for your kind attention. I feel like I should have a bell.
She's so good at that. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful. But she is short. That's okay. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. I got another short one coming up. So this is going to be, we're going into our time of meditation. And first we like to light our peace candle, which just is a reminder that peace begins within us and goes out from there, not vice versa. It comes from within. And I'm going to invite Katie Welch, who is one of our Science of Mind practitioner students, up to welcome in our meditation.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'd like to invite you guys to get comfortable. Close your eyes if that feels good for you. Let's take a few deep breaths in and out. There is a life force within your soul. Seek that life. There is a gem in the mountain of your body. Seek that mine. O traveler, if you are in search of that, do not look outside yourself. Look inside yourself and seek that. Rumi. force within your soul. Seek that life. There is a gem in the mountain of your body. Seek that mine. O traveler, if you are in search of that, do not look outside of yourself. Look inside and see that.
And so just bringing our conscious awareness back into the room. We join together and know the truth. And that is that there is one life force that is all that there is, that is expressing itself throughout creation, everywhere. I call it God. And I know that there is not a spot where God, this life force, is not. And therefore I know that I am that which is everything. It has its expression through and as me. It has its expression through and as each and every person in this room and beyond and beyond and beyond. And I know that we bring that with us here today. We express that life force today in this service, and we enjoy each other, enjoy this community. There is an expansion that takes place here, an awakening, and a letting go of anything in the way of that life force just flowing in all its magnificence through each and every one of us. So I just let it begin. Let this service begin in all its love and its community and its passion and its beauty. And I know it is unfolding perfectly. And with gratitude in advance for all that takes place here in all its magnificence, I just release my word. I release it as law into law, as we say together in one voice. And so it is.
Sure is getting cooler, isn't it?
Yes, let's let these people standing at the door in.
Oh, here we
Here
go.
comes Loya with her flowers. Thank you. Beautiful. So welcome again to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. Again, I'm Rita, and this is Patrick, Jeremy, and Amy. And you are in a Center for Spiritual Living where we practice the science of mind and spirit. And it is very special because I was thinking the other day, I said, as I was watching another church go up again, of the same religion, and I know all religions are good, but I always question, I go, well, what are we offering everybody? What are we offering? What does the science of mind and spirit offer the people that come here? And this answer came to me is that what we offer is an awakening of our self-worth, of our highest self, and feeling really good about that, feeling good about ourselves. Because so many times we're brought up not in that way, and there's a lot of race consciousness surrounding that. But that's what we offer. We offer an awakening to our true self, and the knowing that we are goodness, and that we are light, and that we are energy, and that we are love, and to live our lives from that place. So thank you for joining us again today. Thank you, all of you.
And I know there are some first-time people here today, and I know that you know that I know. So when I ask you, you'll have to raise your hands because I'm staring at you actually right now. So if you are new for the first time to our CSL Kauai, please raise your hand. There we go. Yeah. We have a little something for you. And we have some people that have visited before, and some people that are from other CSL Kauai, other CSLs, everything's CSL Kauai, right? CSL Kauai welcomes you. There we go. That's good. That's good. So what this means in the envelope is that there is something we know about you, and we would like to express that to you. We know what to do now, don't we? And that is, you are magnificent! You know, I love this is how the face goes, just so you'll know how it goes. I know something about you, it goes like this. And then, you are magnificent. Wow, what a relief. So, you are magnificent, but the only reason we know that is because we know what about ourselves? So we all say it together. I am magnificent. One more time. I am magnificent.
And now,
And
turn
now,
to someone next to you and let them know the same thing about themselves.
you are magnificent. You are FEren.
Yes.
Well, I thought so, but
You are magnificent.
You are magnificent. I think you are magnificent. Oh, there we go. And Isha just walked in. Should we all say, "You are magnificent"? Wow.
Oh, that's good.
She's like, thank you very much for that. Remember in the days when you used to sneak into the center? Not here.
Okay, so I think we're ready for our opening song.
I do
Let's
indeed.
go for it. Jeremy and Amy.
You can stand if that makes you feel good. Sit if that makes you feel good.
Great, we're getting better at it.
To learn these songs. Oh, I guess it's my turn. Okay. I looked down and said, reading, affirmation, treatment, Reverend Rita. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different today for this spot. We do different things in this spot. We do in the lights and readings and affirmations and treatments. So we're going to do today is a little chant together. And like I said before, it brings to us that idea of our self-worth and the actual essence of who we are, because sometimes we forget and sometimes we need reminding, right? And it's the one place we can count on is our true self, because that's a place where God resides within us. And we can only know spirit, we can only know that power, that light, that energy through ourselves. So William Shakespeare said it very well when he said, "This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou cannot then be false to any man." So that's where we start. Yeah, William Shakespeare was quite a metaphysician in his own right. So we're going to do a chant, like I said, and some of you might already know this chant. It's really a beautiful chant called "I Am Remembering Who I Am." Is anybody familiar with it? Maybe some of you yeah, some of you know it. Okay. I believe it was written by Melissa Felipe. And Amy and Jeremy are going to help me with it. And we're going to actually sing it in two parts, but we're going to learn both parts together. Okay. I am remembering who I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. And the second part goes like this. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. Okay, now this part of the audience is going to sing that part, and this part's going to sing with Amy, I am remembering, okay? I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. Just close your eyes and let it sink in. Remembering who I am. I am 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 remembering who I am. Yes, in this moment, I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who each and every person here is. That is the truth. God, Spirit, love, that essence of all creation, that place of peace, love, that beauty, that divine energy. That's who I am. That's who we are. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you. Just breathe into that energy. Okay. We're just full of music today. Because now we get to hear Jeremy and Amy sing.
Having such a great mango season this year, so I thought this song would be poignant. Since we didn't know the theme was Star Wars.
If you lived in Kaua'i in the 1980s, guaranteed you heard this song on the radio a lot. Right, Uncle John? Now what does the tango with every little hole you made? I love you like a mango. We can do this every day. I want you to drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Got to drop all your love on me, drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. My nights would be so lonely. Should ever choose to go. I live just like a zombie. Very little love to show. I want you to drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Got to drop all your love on me, drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop 'cause I'm hungry. Who loves you, pretty baby? Who's gonna hold and squeeze you tight? Who loves you, pretty mama? Who's gonna be there to make it right? Who loves you, pretty baby? Who's gonna love you, mama? Baby, drop. Sing along if you know it. Drop, baby, drop. drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop was Monday, drop, baby, drop, baby, drop.
Sounds just like Star Wars.
May the force be with you. I tried to watch the movie because I thought, oh, maybe I'll get some tidbits. I mean, how many times have I seen it? But I couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, oh, I have to order it like for $20 and it's too late now. I wouldn't be able to get it in time anyway. I was like, isn't it on Amazon Instant Video? No, it wasn't. So anyway, so I had to, yeah, the first. That's the one I wanted to see. I loved that movie. I remember standing on line in the 70s, like, I didn't care. I just got on that line and waited. I was living in Farmington, New Mexico at the time, if you can believe that. Anyway, yeah, what a great thing. And you know, a lot of George Lucas's work came from Joseph Campbell. And in The Power of Myth, Joseph Campbell called the life force the impersonal God of the universe that gives life to all things. There is a transcendent energy source. That energy is the informing energy of all things. The old man up there has been blown away. You've got to find the force inside you. Your life comes from the ultimate energy that is the life of the universe. Wow. I mean, if we really believe that, there would be nothing we couldn't do. Your life comes from the ultimate energy that is the life force of the universe. I mean, this is science of mind and spirit. This is ancient wisdom. This is nothing new. So that's what we're focusing on today. May the force be with you. What a great thing to say to somebody. May the force be with you. Well, it's already with you, but it's like a reminder, like we just did in that song, I am remembering who I am. So it's a really great reminder to say, may the force be with you. Yeah. This week in Mental Muscle Boot Camp, which we're doing down at Kaua'i Beach, which is a really amazing thing. We have like, there's 9 of us? I think there's 9. Yeah, 9 of us down there. And each week we go through a different directive and we take that intention into our week. And this week we focused on life force. Like what depletes our life force and what energizes our life force. And for those of you who don't know what Mental Muscle is, it's based on a book by James Mellon called Mental Muscle, 16 Weeks of Spiritual Boot Camp. But what ignites our life force? And you're supposed to just go through and just kind of observe it and not like judge anything, and definitely don't go into your past, but just right now, like how am I feeling, and is my life force ignited? Is it depleted in this moment? And then looking at why. And so I started I've been through boot camp a lot of times. I started the exercise and I was like, it was weird. I was walking on the trail and I was actually trying to force myself to feel. I was like, what's my life force doing now? I was doing exactly what I told the students not to do, just observe. Anyway, so I thought that was really interesting that I actually was trying to force my life force. You cannot life force. That is impossible. Your life force just is. And I was driving home that night from Hula up. I go to Hula up in Hanalei. That's where my kumu is. And I still drive there every week. Do you believe that? I still drive to Hanalei every week. Some people wouldn't do that, I know, but it's my way of forcing me to go to up north. And look at those beautiful mountains. I mean, God, such a terrible thing to have to do, right? Anyway, so when I was driving home, all of a sudden this rainbow just arced over the road. I mean, it was one of those full ones. Like it was so vibrant. I had to be careful. I wanted to take my cell phone out and take pictures, but I was driving. I was like, well, you could stop, Rita, but I didn't do it. No, thank God. But I just looked, and I could feel myself just igniting, just naturally igniting. And I thought, oh my God, that's my life force. That's my life force, recognizing that rainbow. And that's why we're so fortunate here in Kauai that we get to just, when things go, somebody once said to me, well, if you ever have a bad day, you can always look outside, right? I mean, we just have to look outside. And, hot or no hot, I mean, we're living in the middle of life force magnified a zillion times. So nature assists us in tuning into our life force. And then, but I believe, and it's interesting because Reverend Mellons, and sorry if you're listening, but his exercise of deciding what depletes your life force and what ignites it, it really got me to a deeper level of knowing that nothing can really deplete my life force. Nothing can really excel my life force because I am my life force. So I'm kind of in charge of it. So I don't have to say, oh, I'm doing this today and that's really depleting my life force, so I need to do something else. No, I need to bring my life force, my true self, my true life force, that energy to the experience, and then watch what happens. And not like be conditional, because my life force is not relegated to conditions. It's self-existent. Self-existent means that it's coming from itself. It doesn't need anything it just needs to be allowed. So I'm just creating an avenue in my own mind of opening up and allowing my life force to flow through me no matter what. And right now, it's really flowing through me because I'm noticing how much cooler it's getting as I boil up here. But it is. That's what this is. This is like, Mother Nature's saying, hey, I'm just warming you, baby. Okay. And I'm saying, oh, we've had enough of it. Okay. No, where am I going? I'm sorry. I just had a moment there as I can feel my life force just like really ignited right now. But I'm the one in charge of it because I'm choosing to put my mind in a different place. I'm choosing, like right now, I'm right in the present moment. I'm not thinking about anything else but what's happening right here and right now within me and what's flowing through me. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not thinking about anything besides that. And I think when we say, oh, our life force gets depleted, it's because we're out of the present moment and we're thinking and worrying and stressing out about whatever, instead of just allowing that force to come through us and making room for it. And it's not about living in a world of I should do this and I should do that. It's about living in a world of I love to do that and I love to do this. And I believe that if we allow that force to flow through us, it will lead us to the things that we love to do, and we'll do them. And we won't waste a lot of time messing around with whatever it is that depletes us or we think is depleting us, that we'll actually live in that space and open up to it, and then all things will be attracted to us. That's what I was saying, whatever you put after I am is what is. So what are you putting after I am? There's a quote. What is it? It's something like, where is it? Oh, we must be willing, this is actually Joseph Campbell, he said, we must be willing to let go of the life we've planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. And I took this quote a whole different way, because I thought of it the first way I think about it is like, oh, okay, I got plans, but I need to let go of those plans so that, this bigger life can come through me. But then I thought, I must be willing to let go of the life I've planned. Okay, so what kind of life are you planning right now? Are you planning a life based on all conditions and things that aren't happening for you, and then those are your expectations and those, or are you letting go, willing to let go of that for the life that's waiting for you? Do you get what I'm saying? The life that's waiting for you is that life force within you that's waiting to just be expressed to its fullest and most magnificent place. And sometimes we have to let go, even though it might seem scary sometimes, but it's just our ego hanging on to all those things that we think are, ruling and dictating to us. But let's let go so that we can live the life that is really our life. Because we each came here as a divine expression of the Most High. That's who we are, incarnated in form, ready to give and receive our gifts. Give and receive, a circle of giving and receiving as we allow that force to flow through us. Joseph Campbell also wrote, people say that what we are seeking is a meaning for life. I think that what we are seeking is an experience of being alive, so that our life experiences on the purely physical plane will have resonance within our own innermost being and reality, so that we will actually feel the rapture of being alive. People say we're seeking the meaning of life. He says we're seeking the experience of being alive. What does that mean? It's different to each of us, right? Being alive. So, the truth is, we've got to stand for that truth for ourselves. Nobody can do it for us. Nobody can live our life force for us. Nobody can make our life force feel better or feel worse. We're the ones in charge of what we let in and what we let out. So I know that we're all living from our highest place right now, and that life force that is within each and every one of us is resonating at its highest level, and that everything, and I mean everything, is magnified toward us that reflects that. That's what I know. And I know it with love and thanksgiving. And so it is. And now I turn the time over to a force to be reckoned with, Patrick FEren. You want this one or that one? Might not be loud enough.
Okay, that's perfect. Let's use Rita's microphone here. When Rita was doing, when we were all doing that, I am remembering, I definitely felt a life force happening through me. It started vibrating, and I love that feeling. Because it's just, you know, that tingle feeling, they call it goosebumps, I call it God bumps. It was so powerful that I just wanted it to keep going and going and going, and I just went, wow, this is another example of life force. I heard a story this week, and I like that, I'm a force to be reckoned with. Do you remember that when we were That's a force to be reckoned with, and usually it was your parents, you know, letting you know that I'm a force to be reckoned with. And it didn't have a real warm, fuzzy feeling. It felt more like, you know, I was, you know, ready to be plowed over or something. But I want to be a force to be reckoned with. And for me, what that means is that I want to be that example of allowing and opening up to that force. And I ran across this week a force to be reckoned with, besides myself, of course. And, you know, I just absolutely love Facebook. It doesn't matter what, Facebook has been a gift for me, personally, because I've been able to connect to things that I never would have been able to connect to, and talk to relatives that I can only have to do on Facebook and not on the phone. Oh my God, live. Hello. But what I ran across was this little boy, and his name is Jaden Hayes. And the reason I give it an accent is because he's from Savannah, Georgia. And this little boy, the force to be reckoned with. He's 6 years old, and when he was 4 years old, he lost his dad, suddenly. And that's kind of a nightmare to any child or anyone at any age. And then at 6, he lost his mother. And he was there for it, trying to wake her up, as he said. But she just didn't wake up. She wouldn't wake up. She wouldn't wake up. And they did this wonderful expose with this hero to me now. And he just exemplified to me that how we get to choose how we use that force of nature. So his story goes on, and he's very upset, as you can imagine, over his mother, but he gets an idea. He gets a great idea, and I watched it yesterday and pretty much bawled like a baby every single time, as though I had never seen the little expose of him. And what he did was he had an idea, because, to quote him, he was sick and tired of seeing people sad all the time, and he had to have a plan. So he asked his aunt, who is now his, you know, she took him in, and she has custody of him now. And he decided to buy little rubber duckies and dinosaurs, because he knows that makes people smile. So he's on a smile campaign, and being the happy ambassador, I was quite willing to bring another one into the fold. So this is what Jaden does. He sits out in the town of Savannah, Georgia, and he targets people that don't look like they're smiling. Which is usually, even on Kauai, pretty much everybody you're walking around. I mean, not everybody's walking around going like this. So what he did was, and he's just got the cutest little accent, just looking at him, and he's just, oh my God. So he goes out there, and he goes up to somebody, hands them and they go, "This for me? Oh my God, oh my gosh, thank you." He goes, "This is just to make you feel good today. I'll see you later." And then he'll point out, he goes, "Now look at that one over there. Watch this." And then he goes, and the guy's, "Oh my, ducky," And so this little kid is on the most beautiful mission. And so when he's being interviewed, they said to me, "Well, what happens when you give them the rubber ducky?" And he goes. So his goal is, and now he was up to 500 smiles. And I said, "Boy, that force is working." He says, "But I want 33,000. And they go, "That's quite a goal, I mean, this is CBS News, so they're, and I'm laughing because they put this on the last 3 minutes after all the horror that we're going, But let's bring in the last 3 minutes of Desensitize and put in Jaden. And so Jaden comes out, and he's going like this. He's sitting there going, 32,000. They go, "Do you think you can do that?" And he goes, "I know I can. I know I can." So his whole mission was to make people smile. And here's the great part. And then the newscaster was great because he said, "I think you just did, knowing that more than 33,000 people just watched this." But this was the greatest thing, is that he said, "This doesn't mean I don't miss my mommy. This doesn't mean that I'm not sad. It just means that he chose another way to handle his pain. He became a healer. He became a healer." Can you imagine at the depths of your being, it's that part of you that says, "I've got an idea. You're in a lot of pain right now. Let's see if we can get other people out of their pain. Let's go make them smile." And I thought to myself, now that is a force to be reckoned with. And this isn't to make you think, how sometimes they tell stories and like, "Well, I don't know, I never do that." It's, another blame game episode, No, this is about allowing someone, a little 6-year-old, to be an example of what life force can do. And I thought to myself, this life force right now is happening in this very room. And I was telling Rita, I said, it's very important that we don't confuse life force with the God outside too. Like go from the man with the long beard and sitting on a cloud and then turn it into like a life force that's in some kind of a, place that's holding all the power and it's letting it go out little by little. And then it just turns it into another God. We're talking about the very life force that's breathing. I mean, it's amazing. Rita and I were talking about right now as I'm standing in front of you. My body, my temple, your body, your temple, is doing all of these magnificent things. It's like communing with one another. The heart, the lungs, the blood's going through, the hair follicles. I mean, everything is happening. Zillions of, trillions of these cells and molecules are working with one message. And that's health. And then sometimes when I'm not feeling well, I kind of like think that all of them have like, they're talking to one another, like the heart's going, pumping good, pumping good, pumping good, moving right along. Let's get the lungs happening, and they're all like there's a commander in chief. That's this thing called life force. It says, and if something's off, it says restore, restore, restore. And that's what it's doing. And it's not asking any permission. And I don't believe the blood flow isn't going, I would have flowed a lot easier, but heart really was not very, very nice yesterday. Oh my God, did you see the way lungs were operating? I mean, I wouldn't pump for her if it was the last lung in the world. It is natural, baby. This is all happening natural and isn't waiting for my permission. And that's the beauty. When you're not feeling well and you're feeling like something's not happening. You know, I'm into talking to him now. What's happening, spine? I don't know. You got me all tense and stuff, you know? I mean, your shoulders, you're getting... I mean, we have to allow the life force to move through us, just like that little Jaden. And say, guess what? I'm mind, body, and soul. I am mind, body, and soul. And this is not just an accident. I mean, to think what's going on as I'm looking out at you, that this entire body is in this divine design that's sitting there saying, I have only one goal. There was a divine spark called Patrick, and we got to keep him going. And they're not sitting there thinking, oh, if he had only not done that, and he had not done, we would have worked. No. So when your body's not functioning the way you want to, it is not punishing you. Let's get that back into SOM 101. No one is punishing you. Nobody ever has. You're not even punishing yourself. What's happening is you're just off alignment. And all that we have to do is remember who we are. And so I sit there and I go, wow, what are you doing, body? What are you doing, mind? What are you doing, soul? It's great news. Jaden made me smile. So, we're with one thing and one thing only today. Life force isn't that Star Wars, you know, big, deep voice. It can be. I got a couple deep voices in my life talk to me. But what I do know is that this life force is love. And they say, well, there's they call it the impersonal God. It's impersonal. It doesn't care what you do. It just really says yes. The law always says yes to you. So where does the love come in? The love comes in that I look around and I'm looking at you and I'm looking at people singing and I'm looking at people just being and I'm thinking, wow, how do we pump up the life force? And it's not that everyone's got the same life force right here in this room. It's just to the degree that we believe it. That's all. And I said the other day, and I'll close on this, people are talking about belief. Belief is what creates and allows your life to show up the way it is. And I was thinking about this thing called self-worth, and I want us all to remember this about this teaching and this philosophy and self-worth. It's more than just, feel good about myself. It's about remembering who you are. And there's a belief. And there's a belief that someone says, I said, do you believe the world is good? Yes, I do. Do you believe you can have anything you want in life? Not sure. Going to work that out. That's what this teaching is about. This teaching is about not making deals, not making compromises, not allowing this and that, because you get it just because. Isn't that nice? When we were kids, they'd ask us a question and you would say, because. Just because. Well, guess what? Life force is within you just because. So, this week I invite us all to pump it up. It doesn't need it. It'll give us the full force, half a force, a little force, but it is the force. So, I know that I don't have to say, may the force be with you. The force is always with you because you are always in the force. You are the force. Namaste. And back. I am speaking into that. Yeah. So I have a little announcement before Rita does the affirmation for this is our time of affirmative giving. But the basket thing, sometimes it can get a little off, and we're transparent here. We want to pass, we're not sure. This is how it works. When it gets to the aisle seat, just pass it back to the person behind you. So aisle seat, aisle seat, aisle seat, aisle seat. So that's it. So it just comes over, pass it back, and then they'll pass it and get it back in the middle. We're just going to see if we can do this just for a little bit of fun. Thought we'd give some direction. And we have our lovely Katie and Deb over here, our greeters and basket women here today. So let's...
And we thank you in advance for your donations. They not only prosper this ministry, but also the island of Kauai and beyond, for we are a tithing center. And we give out 10% of what you give us. So we are grateful, and we know that there is a source of energy that's moving through us and moving through our gifts, and that it comes back to us abundantly. So if you turn to your program, there is a affirmation there for us to read together. And it says, divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I give freely today, knowing it returns to me abundantly. Take it away.
Blessed am
My spirit am I am the infinite within my soul.
I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am.
Spirit I am, no beginning, no end. And so what I know in this moment is that I am just bathing in the life force of gratitude. Gratitude for each and every one of us. Gratitude for what's in this basket. But even more than that, the richness, the wealth of each and every one of our consciousness that is in this room. And we take this and we let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. And I know that we take this powerful wealth consciousness out into our worlds and we just say, mahalo. Mahalo from CSL Kauai, mahalo to ourselves. Mahalo for just life force itself. So knowing that, we just allow this to just multiply, multiply, multiply as all growth does. So we just let it be as together we say as one. And so it is. Oh, yeah. Okay, Donna? Yeah. Donna, we didn't mention this before, but it's okay because this is a perfect time. Donna Schumacher has, last week we mentioned that we're getting a volunteer coordinator. That was going to be me till someone stepped up. And then immediately afterwards, I wasn't sure if that was like anybody but that or anybody but Patrick, I'll help. So Donna has just so enthusiastically decided to step up. So go ahead, and she will also do our thank yous for us today. Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Okay.
You start with yourself.
Well, I just wanted everyone to know that I'm very excited to be the volunteer coordinator. And I just wanted everyone to know that I put a sheet up at the back there to for signups for volunteering. Last week we inserted a description of what we're looking for. It kind of looks like that, and there's a sheet back there that explains the different areas that we are needing help with. So so this sheet will be back there for sign up, and even if you feel like you have just in your mind not a lot of time, any time would help, and we'll work it out. So I will be in the back there. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, so thank yous for today. Announcements, Michelle. Thank you very much. Our greeters, Katie and Deb. setup, Kelly and Leslie. Our meditation, Katie, thank you. And bookstore, Stephanie.
Right over there.
And flowers, Loya. Thank you for the beautiful flowers. Roseanne, the programs, and all that you do. Rob, working with live stream and the audiovisual department.
Rob brought the beautiful painting today. He does that to cover the exercise. So ask him about this painting because he did it as a Science of Mind project for one of his classes, and it's a very interesting painting, and I'm sure he'd love to share it with you. Yeah.
It was a great story.
Yeah.
Janice with the youth program. Jeremy and Amy, thank you. And all those who stay afterwards to help down at the end of the service. And all those watching on live stream today. And mahalo to Reverend Patrick and Rita.
I added that in.
Oh, Donna, thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you.
so amazing. Yeah, we're
I'm
growing.
not kidding. I said, you know what? We never thank each other. I said, but if somebody else is doing it, then oh my gosh.
Hey, we all like that gratitude, right? So, I don't know if Piali has anything to
I
say
think
to us.
Piali
I think
does.
he does. He looks like he's growing. It's a bit. You don't have anything to say? You want this?
Oh, so what's it say? I bless my cat. My cat blesses me.
Say what? Blessing our cats.
Blessing or what?
Blessing cats.
Blessing cats.
Oh, that's
great. Oh, I love that. Our cats could definitely use a blessing.
They only did not mention the weather one time.
Oh, yay.
Yes.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you.
He did not mention the weather. Isn't that amazing? And I saw no fans, but it is nice to see fans again. It's been such a long time since I actually saw like real fans. I could see that people are preparing themselves to come.
All right.
So thank you, and thank you, Janice, for everything. Usually we march them out and we kind of slipped on it.
I forgot. I'm so sorry.
But it was all Rita. Okay.
Yeah, I'll All right, I think we're ready for our closing song.
Okay, so get everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna go in a circle.
Oh my goodness.
So
Live
we
circle.
realize that this song is kind of an interesting phrasing, has some interesting phrasing with you all singing. So just do your best, and then when we get to the part where we sing unity, I mean, that's when we really gotta just kick it in and go for it, yeah? The rest, have fun with it. Love thy neighbor, you got to love thyself. Oh yeah. You got to give them your helping hand. Love thy neighbor, you got to love thyself. You got to give them your helping hand. You got to reach out your hand, see this reality. So what we got is unity, yeah. Family roots grow like a tree, grow like a tree, yeah. Not just family relations, children of every nation. Come together and rejoice. Use your heart as your voice. All right, CSL Kauai, sing it out. Unity. One more time.
know is that we are unified right here and right now. And all I can think about right now is little Jaden from Savannah, Georgia. And he's asking right here, right now in that live forest to just smile. And that's what we do as a family. We smile together and sometimes we cry together. But the absolute truth is that we are together, unified. Unity is what we stand for right here in this circle. And we don't just leave it in this room because it's way, way too hot. We got to take it out where it's cool, where there are other people, where we can take that and unify with everyone until, as the song says, the nation and the world is singing out, we are unity. So knowing that, I bless this time that we've had together. I know that we are here on purpose and that we came in and got exactly what we came for and we gave it as well. So letting that be known, we just let it be as together we say as one. And so it is. Unity.
'Cause every heart has a voice.
Unity.
Mother, father, girl, and boy. Unity. Singing with love and with joy.
I know.